Good morning, millennials. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome to
the Morning Toast.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. We hope you had a splendid evening. Really just splendid.
Yeah. How could it be, though, with 2 hours of The Bachelor? So
I
I
know.
actually, despite the 2 hours of The Bachelor, I did have a splendid evening because I started a new book and it's fabulous.
I had a splendid evening as well, except I don't know if anyone follows my husband on Instagram, but for the second time in a row, Ben has broke our bed. Mm-hmm. He just jumps around on it so much. And, you know, he's not a small person. He's just like throwing his weight around. And of course, our wooden bed slats have now been severed in half. And I ordered a new metal one, but it hasn't come yet. So we are now going on 2 nights of sleeping in a broken bed. And my back is aching. My belt's too tight. My hips are shaking from left to right. And it wasn't that great of a night for me. I'm not going to lie.
That makes sense as to why Theo's sleeping through class this morning.
Mm-hmm. He's really been taking the brunt of it because usually Ben will sacrifice his own comfort to let Theo like sleep in his legs or sleep in his armpit. But we are so uncomfortable in this bed for the past 2 nights. Like Theo was not a concern. It's like, bitch, you got to fend for yourself. You're a real dog now. Go to your crate.
Yeah, no, or like sleep on the floor.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I would never.
I know, but like honestly, the floor would be more comfortable in a sunken in bed. No. Or why don't you put your mattress on the floor?
How big do you think my room is? Like I have space for a bed and then also a mattress?
Get rid of the bed.
No, because the bed is fine. It's just like the internal slat. So we ordered a new slat. So my bed frame is going to be fine.
Oh, okay. So
it's just like a missing part.
Maybe you guys should go to a hotel.
Oh,
that would be like so crazy.
That would be so crazy. To be honest, Ben's side is really broken. So like mine is livable and he is just literally sleeping on the floor. Like,
and good. That's what he like.
For being so reckless with my furniture.
I'm glad that it's not affecting you. Why don't you guys get a sleep number bed so you guys can set it to your preferences? Oh, it's like a good idea in theory if you guys like different kinds of beds.
And I don't know, maybe you just say sleep number enough times on the Morning Toast, one will appear at your door.
That's true. Find out what number you like.
I was trying to get Ben to sleep on the couch, like not to be like rude, you know, trouble in paradise, but like we have a great couch. No one ever sits on it. Like go sleep on it.
Oh, for sure. No, Zach always
love you, but sleep on it.
We have the same couch. Zach always falls asleep on the couch, maybe like every single night, and then he comes into the bed.
No one has ever slept on my couch except one of Ben's friends one time like crashed on our couch, but I've never ever slept on my couch. I've never even napped on my couch. I'm a bed person through and through.
No, Ben should talk to Zach. Did you see that SNL sketch about sleeping on the couch?
Yes.
I was like, that's Zach, except that he's like self-imposed.
He's not in trouble.
I've never insisted that he sleep on the couch, but I do not stop him because I love having the bed to myself.
No, I fully insisted Ben sleep on the couch. I wasn't even trying to be subtle, and he just did not take it well. He was like, are we getting divorced? I'm like, sleep on the fucking couch. You broke the bed. 2 beds in a row. Like, you don't learn a lesson?
No.
It's like living with a child. That's what having a husband is.
Except a child doesn't break the bed. They just pee the bed.
They just break stuff, and like you're always cleaning up after them. Like I'm always just like every morning, Ben takes a shower, underwear on the sink. There's a laundry basket right there. Like it's so infuriating.
On the sink. That's sickening in these Corona times.
Can't do shit like that. We have such exciting stories for you today. Lots of Corona updates, lots of celebrity news. We have a major announcement that we launched on our Instagram yesterday. I don't know if you're following at Toast News Network. It's like the most premium Instagram account if you're looking for, you know, insight into everything going on here at Toast HQ. But we have launched our new show. It's called Maternity Live, hosted by our sister Olivia Oshry. She is pregnant. She is going through life. She is a businesswoman. People like always want advice from her. I think her DMs are flooded with people who just have like random life advice requests.
Questions, yeah.
And she's really like this hub of wisdom when it comes to business and now when it comes to motherhood. She's always been like this maternal figure in our lives. So she decided to launch a podcast. You could subscribe on Spotify, on iTunes. It's available anywhere you can find podcasts, all the places you listen to The Morning Toast. The first episode is dropping Thursday, and then they will be dropping every Thursday after that. On this particular episode, all Steens are on deck, so Olivia has a little part in the beginning of the episode, and then we all join about 25 minutes in. There is so much happening on the stream right now. There's an ambulance, there is a vacuum. Let's take a quick break.
Let's take a break. And I'm going to frame myself better for
I was
the
just
sun.
talking like so just... So make sure you check all that out. We have, you know, so much going on here at Toast News Network that if you're not following at Toast News Network, I feel as though you'd be missing out on major pertinent information.
I totally agree. I see that Toast News Network is getting a lot of followers, though.
I mean, she's almost at 18,000, which I'm not going to lie, for a passion project is kind of crazy.
I know. That's how I feel about the Redheads. We're at like 17,000. I'm not going to lie. For a passion project.
It's the same 17,000 people following both of us.
For a passion project and an Instagram account about books, I'm very pleased.
Yeah, it's honestly probably a really hard Instagram account to create content for, and that's why I just let you, run with it. And you're doing a really good job.
Thank you. I think like the brand message is really on point. Everyone understands where we're headed, where we're going.
Yeah.
And it's just been a great time for the Redheads. I just want to say, like, if I haven't said it yet, make sure to check out the Redheads. Two episodes are up. It's just fun hanging out with your friends, even if you're not interested in the books. But I am so excited about Maternity Live. It's the podcast that everybody asked for.
Everyone's been asking for. And we worked so hard on the name. We had so many different options. But I think we landed on a good one. I think everyone's really going to love it.
It's so punny. Maternity Live. And she's going on Maternity Live.
I know it's not a story, but it was in page 6 this morning. And I just don't know if everyone has heard about it yet. But I ate an apple this morning.
I heard about it because I was looking in page 6 for stories for today, and it did come up.
It's like a really big deal.
Yeah, girl with no job ate an apple.
Do I look different?
You look a little bit like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Really? Yeah, that was definitely like the apple I ate. I could just feel Gwyneth's vibe pulsing through the fibers.
So how did it feel to eat the apple?
It was just this crazy thing because I think that every time we wrap the show, I'm starving, and I just go have snacks because we have a bunch of snacks at the office. But I felt like that's not a healthy way to live, and I've been finding so many popcorn kernels in my teeth. It's so painful because we have popcorn here. And I was like, what do people eat in the morning? And I really have a problem with breakfast. I don't eat eggs. And I'm like, all right, this apple is in my fridge. Let me just try it out. And I sliced it up and put it in a little Ziploc bag like I was in middle school. And it just felt...
Ooh, a sliced apple. That wasn't mentioned in page 6.
Oh, it's on my Instagram story. I don't know if you follow me at Girl With No Job. It's this kind of big deal Instagram account.
I thought you had the whole apple.
No, I
didn't know you were going for a slicey vibe. That's so cute.
A slicey vibe is so, by the way, apples in slice form are so much better. Having to put your big round hand on this dirty apple and then the juice drips down your wrist. I hate eating an apple. And you have to
open your mouth so wide. You're I'm going to get lockjaw.
Totally. So I was slicing it up this morning like Chef Boyardee in my kitchen, just slice, slice, slice. And I think that it's going to become my new thing.
Oh, I'd love that for you.
Yeah. I'm very much a Fiji apple kind of girl, but I could do a Macintosh every now and then.
I prefer a red apple, but I don't really eat apples because guys know I hate fruit.
Jackie has a self-imposed allergy to...
No, and also when I eat apples, my throat gets itchy, mostly because of the pesticides, these toxic chemicals that our fruits are being cooked in.
Those damn pesticides.
But it's actually true. So even when I have carrots, I guess I'm just allergic to fruits and vegetables. Ugh.
Me too, for sure. For sure.
For sure.
I'm also allergic to water. We're also going to be recapping The Bachelor at the end of the show, so if that's what you came here for, stay tuned. Lots of thoughts on Barb, Maddie, the whole drama. We will get to it.
We will, but I do think it's time because you do need to know these fast-sized stories that you do need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And in these trying times, you don't have time to just sit around and wait for the Fast Five. You don't have time for pretty much anything. That's why Fiverr is such a pertinent sponsor of today's show.
Definitely.
When it comes to finding freelance talent for your business or project, it can be time-consuming, frustrating, and expensive. Where do you go to find the talent? How much will it cost? How can you be certain that they'll deliver? Thanks to Fiverr, finding the right freelancer doesn't have to be a struggle. Their marketplace helps you get more done with less. Fiverr connects businesses with freelancers who offer hundreds of digital services, including graphic design, copywriting, web programming, film editing, and more. As a burgeoning digital business who's always looking for graphic designers, video editors, Fiverr has been a perfect marketplace for us, and I think a lot of you guys can really benefit from its services. You can find what you're looking for instantly. You can search by service, deadline, price, reviews, and more. You'll know exactly what you're paying for upfront. No negotiation needed. It's also interesting because when you're looking for freelance, you don't really know how much things cost.
Yeah.
So you don't want to offer someone so much money or so little money. When it's a marketplace like this, it's here's the price.
Everything is standardized. It makes it so easy.
This is what it costs. It's really quality talent that you can count on. Their sellers have worked with some of the most influential brands in the world, like the Morning Toast. Find talent for your project has never been easier. You can review seller ratings, buyer feedback, and select the right freelancer based on your budget. Take 5 and check out Fiverr.com and you will receive 10% off your order by using code TOAST. It's so easy. Don't waste any more time and get the service you deserve by going to Fiverr.com, code TOAST, Fiverr. It starts here.
Sign on, get amazing designs for your small business or big business. Okay, First story, it's the big story of the day. Coachella Music Festival likely to be postponed to October amid coronavirus outbreak.
Coachella.
The annual Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival is likely to be postponed amid concerns over the novel coronavirus. A source confirms to People that Golden Voice is in talks to postpone the popular 2-weekend festival to October and may make an announcement imminently. The festival, which takes place in Indio, California, was originally scheduled to take place on the weekends of April 10th through the 12th and 17th through the 19th. It could now take place the weekends of October 9th and 16th, Billboard reported Monday. Stagecoach, the country music festival that also takes place in Indio, is also expected to be moved to October, according to Billboard.
Yeah. This is so crazy. I think this is, like we've been saying all along, like, what about Coachella? What about Coachella? And when this decision finally is going to come down, I think that'll really set the tone for, like, where we're at in terms of coronavirus panic.
Yeah, but the fact that it's like maybe postponed, that's so like us,
Vague.
you know, to be, because now we can set the tone. And also I had read a comment earlier that I am causing a lot of hysteria about coronavirus. And I just want to say I respectfully disagree. But I also think like we are the two types of coronavirus patrons. Like I am like, husband, get canned goods. Like we are going to stay in the house for 12 days.
And I'm like, I don't even have toilet paper, so hopefully we're going to be fine.
Yeah, Zach actually weirdly just, you know how he is a hoarder? Mm-hmm. So we have like so much toilet paper and tissues in our house just because that's who he is. And he just did a round of toilet paper, not even knowing that there's a shortage. So if you need toilet paper, I actually have so much.
Good to know.
But it wasn't a panic buy. I just want to let you guys know that.
I mean, my local Dwayne Reed is just, the shelves are ransacked.
Is it really?
Yeah, no Lysol, no Clorox, no toilet paper, very few snacks, no canned goods. Crazy.
And
I've been seeing it all over Kyle Richards' Instagram story. Like the local supermarket was completely empty, all the shelves. Back to this Coachella thing. I just think that an October Coachella moment like could be fabulous.
I'm so here for it.
What's the Palm Desert weather in an October weekend?
I feel as though it's similar to April probably because it's like fall, but fall is just more palatable than early spring.
And very few things happen in the fall. It's really like a dry time of year. So I think that this could be like a fabulous shift.
I agree, especially for Stagecoach. I don't know if I would go to Coachella in the fall because I cherish my falls and like October in New York is so beautiful.
Fabulous.
So I don't know that I need to be like flying across the country.
You know, now that Coachella is just so like up in the air, I most likely will not be going, but I'm definitely going to still go to Stagecoach because you can't stop me. You can't stop the beat.
No, an October Stagecoach moment sounds fabulous.
Yeah. I think to me this is like hopeful news. Like, okay, we're taking it seriously, but you know we will be fine by the end of the year. To me, like this is like a metaphor for where we're at in terms of coronavirus. So I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling decent.
Also, I read some safety tips this morning about coronavirus. I just wanted to share with the class.
Please.
That we should not be shaking hands or like hugging one another when greeting. And a wave is appropriate, and this is what a doctor said, a peace sign.
Wow, are you gonna be okay?
So if you guys see me, it's this. That's what I've been doing.
If you see me chucking deuces.
That's what I've been doing my whole life is just like being germ-free, chucking deuces. I just think it's so important for people to know that a peace sign can suffice in these corona times.
You know what else is important for people to know or at least discuss is the genesis of the word deuce. Because you can chuck a deuce, you can take a deuce, you could play deuces.
You could drop a deuce.
Yeah, you could take deuces in tennis. Like, what an interesting word. What does it mean, two?
You know what?
Like dose?
There's an iPad. Oh, perhaps
like
it
you
does.
make a number two, like a duty. You drop a deuce.
But
deuces, peace sign is 2 fingers. And then deuces in tennis is like that 2 points, ace, deuce. You know?
Okay, so it means the 2 on dice or playing cards. So I guess it means 2, and that way when you're chucking
peace
deuces,
sign.
You're throwing up 2s.
When you're dropping a deuce, you're taking a number 2.
It's also the tie score of a 40 all in a game of tennis. And
then you have to win by 2.
Yeah.
Like ace, deuce, you got to win by 2.
Yeah. And a $2 bill. But that's an informal dated definition because there's no more $2 bills.
You know what other word, the genesis, really shakes me? Ghetto. Because when you think of the original ghetto, it's like the Holocaust.
Yeah.
But we don't consider ghetto to be like where people were dying now, you know?
No.
Crazy, right?
Very crazy.
Words, man. They'll do that to you.
I know. It's like, especially when you read. And that's a nice thing about a Kindle. If you don't understand a word, you can click it and it gives you a definition.
Wow.
Yeah. And then sometimes they use such fabulous words that I highlight it. I'm like, I want to remember that word.
Yes.
You know?
What's a fabulous word that you would like really want to incorporate into your everyday life?
Sporadically.
I hope not sporadically, of course.
Okay. Well, anyways, we'll keep you guys posted about Coachella. I'm sure that decision will come soon. I wonder why they just don't make the decision. I guess they're holding out hope.
To me, like, I just find this so funny, like, for all the bloggers who, like, are already packed, you know?
Oh, right.
Gotta unpack those bags, Sally.
And all the outfits that have already been purchased.
No, it's, to
and
me.
it's like, will those fashions hold up in October?
Right, and to me, like, the most fabulous part about this whole, like, movement is the displacement of the bloggers, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny.
But then it's also, like, when in these working from home times, I think the bloggers stand to do pretty well.
Yeah, I think a lot of industries are being impacted by this, this disease, whatever we're calling it.
Virus.
But I think bloggers and, you know, the stay-at-home influencers are actually the one untouchable industry because you could really do that from anywhere.
That's true.
And people are spending more times on their phone because they're not at work, they're working from home.
I think we're onto something.
And you know what I was thinking yesterday? Like, let's say like everyone's office gets shut down. Like, we would still do the toast and we would be like the only source of entertainment.
I was thinking the same thing too, that if everyone had to stay home, like we could still do the toast, even if we either met up or we could do it on the integrated interface, and like we would be the news.
Yeah.
Because if the news people can't go.
Can't show up because like News Corp is closed down. Like,
right.
Hello, Time Warner, hello.
Hello, pay attention.
That's a great thing about being an independent artist.
Okay, next story. Playboy is going to end Playmate of the Year in favor of inclusivity.
Oh my God, you know what? Playboy has been a little too all over the map for me. You know, they became like a social magazine and they stopped doing nudity and then they went back to the nudity. Like, just stick with what works. We have enough fake magazines out there, okay? Wonderwall magazine, ID. Like, there's all these fake magazines that all these celebrities
Treats.
are like, always on the cover. Yeah. Bon Appetit. No, I'm kidding. That's a real magazine. But like, we don't need another
Vogue.
We don't need another like fake digital magazine. Like, just put the titties. Like, that's what people want.
Oh, for sure. But this is something else because it's the end of the road for Playmate of the Year, page 6 is told. Since 1960, Playboy has handed out the award to its favorite Playmate of the Month from the previous year, giving the honor to such skin superstars as Jenny McCarthy, Anna Nicole Smith, and Victoria Sylvester over the years. But a rep for the magazine tells page 6 that from now on it will be replaced by Playmates of the Year, celebrating all 12 diverse Playmates of the Month from the previous year. The rep told us it's now a more inclusive celebration. Okay, so this is just like an everyone wins situation.
Like a very teachery moment.
Yeah, they were already all like, they were Playmates of their individual month, and now they're all going to be
choose one
Playmates
winner
of the Year.
I just feel like a lot of brands are being left behind for not evolving in these more progressive times. Like Victoria's Secret's a perfect example of a brand that never evolved and is now really, really getting left behind. And to me, like Playboy's the opposite. Like, please stop evolving. Like, you were like this weird incubator of like, I don't even know what to call it, but like it worked. Now they just keep moving into the 21st century. Like, everyone wins, and you know, we're not going to put titties on the cover anymore. And you know what? I never bought a Playboy, but like, I'm fine with it. You know, I don't need a progressive porn magazine.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Also, I do feel like Playboy has been left behind a little bit because when you think of like sexy bikini shots
Right.
and like it's really Instagram model
Sports
sorts
Illustrated.
of things, like they didn't do a good job of
Progressing.
joining the social media age.
No, I totally
because I feel
agree.
like every Instagram model should be like, if Playboy's not doing all nudes, like they should be in Playboy.
Yeah, but it always is going to have that like porn connotation, and most Instagram models like don't want to be porn stars. They're just like want to get really close. So I just think like they shot themselves in the foot. Like, they're never going to be this digital platform that they want to be. I'm sorry, they ain't. So I don't need this like, you know, this woke Playboy. I'm good.
And if anything, I think that taking out Playmate of the Year when such iconic women have come out of that title, I think that's one of the things that they're best known for.
And this is not inclusive, just making everyone a winner. Like, there's always like a Rookie of the Year, Sports Illustrated, Maxim Hot 100. Like, lists are very much like a 2020 thing.
And
this seems like a really
everyone
weird...
was already like their Playmate of the Month, so no one's getting anything new. It's just like someone's losing that title.
Yeah, to me, this is like the most random thing they could have done. This is not real change.
The thing that nobody asked for.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with picking a winner.
Yeah.
There's beauty pageants. Like, this is not real wokeness in my IMO.
The last Playmate of the Year that I can remember is that girl that was on the hills that Brody Jenner was dating, Jade. Do you remember her?
No.
She had the black hair.
No, the last Playmate of the Year
black
I
of
can
hair.
remember is Anna Faris
Oh, of course.
in The House Bunny.
Like, would we have gotten the House Bunny if this decision had come down sooner?
That's what I'm saying.
Now we have to think of all the amazing movies we're going to miss going forward.
And what's Penthouse up to?
What's that?
Like the other porn magazine.
I don't know. It seems like there's a gap in the Penthouse of the Year market.
Yeah. There's still definitely a marketplace for print porn. Obviously, since, you know, the porn hubs, I don't think that it's, you know, a thriving business, but there's a place for it. You know, barbershops all around the world. are looking to subscribe. So Playboy should just stick to it.
I thought you said Barbara shops all around the world.
No.
I was like, Peter's mom?
No, barber shops.
Barber shops.
Sorry.
Great. Okay, next up, Angelina Jolie reveals 2 of her daughters recently had surgery.
I heard about
So
this.
Angelina Jolie has written an essay for Time magazine. She is now a contributor. And she said that 2 of her kids recently underwent surgery. Quote, I've spent the last 2 months in and out of surgeries with my eldest daughter, and days ago watched her younger sister go under the knife for a hip surgery. Oof. They know that I am writing this because I respect their privacy, and we discussed it together, and they encouraged me to write. They understand that going through medical challenges and fighting to survive and heal is something to be proud of.
That's crazy.
That is really crazy.
What kind of teenager gets a hip problem? That's crazy.
I don't know. Really
so
sad.
uncommon.
Really sad.
Were there any more details about the other surgery?
Yeah, there's a lot of details. It's a long essay, but she talks about how the family was supportive and sweet, and how the medical professionals, really checked in.
Co-parenting at its finest. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm wishing them the best.
Actually, this has nothing to do with this. I had a very vivid dream last night that I met Meghan Markle, like in a social setting. And she was so lovely, and obviously I took back everything that I said about her. And then she asked to join the Morning Toasters Facebook group, and she had known about it. And so before,
I don't think she could handle it.
Before I approved her request, I deleted everything about her.
Aren't realistic dreams so creepy?
So vivid.
Yeah.
It was really crazy, but it got me thinking,
Yeah, sometimes realistic dreams, you wake up and you're so happy that they weren't real. I sometimes to this day have really, really vivid dreams that I'm about to go to class and I didn't hand in my homework. And then I've had really, really, really realistic feeling dreams where Zac Efron is my husband, and I wake up and I'm absolutely devastated to be lying next to Ben.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it's funny how dreams can play tricks on your mind.
It is funny. But there's nothing better than waking up from a good dream to your actual life is annoying, but there's nothing better than waking up from a bad dream where someone you love died, or you ate so much. You ever have dreams where you ate so much and then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, oh wait, I didn't eat that.
You're sick.
Or sometimes, you're sick. Sometimes I'm in a dream and I'm eating so much, but then I realize it's a dream and I keep eating because I'm like, I don't have to stop myself. I'm going to wake up and I don't have the calories.
No, sometimes I'm having an amazing dream and I'll wake up for a second and be like, it's a dream, go back. Go date Zac Efron. And that really is the best type of dream because you can really just play with your imagination.
I have so many dreams where it's I know this is a dream. And then in the dream, I'm like, I'm going to prove to you that this is a dream. And I start there's books on the walls and I start opening the books. And I'm like, look, but all the text is there. And I can't prove that it's a dream, but I know it's a dream. And then I'm like, wait, maybe it's not a dream.
I have dreams where I'm like, okay, I know this is a dream. Let me just fulfill all my fantasies. And I'll literally start flying. In my sleep, I think I will literally clench my shoulders and my fists. I'm like, fly, bitch! And I'll start flying.
That's funny.
My dream is to fly. I would love to just soar past traffic and everyone's bullshit. That'd be a dream.
Whoa.
Looking angelic with my pillow talk lipstick on my lips.
Is there anything like that?
No. We're going to take a brief moment to let you know about Charlotte Tilbury, a sponsor of today's episode. The woman behind the brand, Charlotte Tilbury, is one of the most highly regarded and influential celebrity makeup artists of all time. A groundbreaking female entrepreneur and founder of the eponymous company, Charlotte Tilbury Beauty. With 27 years in the beauty industry, Charlotte has been responsible for the creation of countless iconic beauty styles and is regarded as a visionary and a trendsetter. In 2013, she forever changed the face of global beauty with the launch of her makeup and skincare collection, decoding her traditionally closed-door VIP expertise, giving women and men the tools to be the most beautiful version of themselves. Her client list is extensive, making iconic beauty styles from Kate Moss, Amal Clooney, Penelope Cruz, Keira Knightley, Susan Sarandon, Gisele Bündchen. Ever heard of her? Charlotte Tilbury Beauty has won over 280 awards globally and worked on over 180 magazine covers, over 600 editorial advertising campaigns. So you know that the woman behind the brand is super legit. And her Pillow Talk collection is taking the world by storm. I have it in a few shades, but it's their best-selling, globally adored nude pink shade that's on everyone's lips. Every celebrity wears it on the red carpet, by the way. And I went to the Celine Dion concert with Margaret Josephs, and she was wearing it too.
I've been feeling the shade medium, and I've been loving a lip liner recently.
Me too.
And the Pillow Talk lip liner is everything of the sort.
It's a little black dress of makeup. It's versatile and dreamy, the perfect pink nude shade to bring out the most beautiful version of you. The proof is in the numbers. America loves Pillow Talk. In 2019, it was the #1 lipstick in the U.S. And as of January 16th, there are now more Pillow Talk shades to love. Charlotte is expanding her iconic Pillow Talk collection to include medium and intense shades of each Pillow Talk product. So that's a lip liner, a lipstick, a blusher, and an eye palette. The adored iconic shade is now available to flatter everyone's natural beauty and can also be used to dial up your look for every mood, from day to desk to date and beyond. Charlotte Tilbury is shoppable directly from charlottetilbury.com, as well as their freestanding beauty wonderland at the Grove in LA. Sold at most Nordstrom and Sephora's in North America. Visit charlottetilbury.com for your store finder. Check it out, and thank you, Charlotte Tilbury, for being fabulous and sponsoring this episode.
Sign on, be fabulous. It's as simple as that. Next story, a little update to something we were just casually discussing yesterday. Delta will be waiving change fees amid coronavirus.
Very respectful.
Delta Airlines will waive fees for customers needing to change or cancel flights through March and April, regardless of purchase date. The airline industry became widely criticized after initially allowing only new ticket purchases to be waived amid the coronavirus outbreak. Delta becomes the first airline to offer such a broad fee waiver. Love to see it.
Love to see it. I hope other airlines follow in its footsteps. American, United, I'm looking at you because you know what? I've always been a loyal Delta customer, like through and through, and this is not going to change my opinion of anything. But I hope that, like, you know, the next time someone goes to buy a ticket after this whole, they'll like respect and appreciate Delta enough. Like, I hope that this, because of course the companies are going to lose a lot of money, and they obviously didn't have to do this. So I hope that it ends up, you know, benefiting them. And I hope the next time you go to buy a ticket, you remember maybe the Delta one's a little bit more expensive, but you know, they serve Fresca and it's worth it. And they were the only ones to give you a waived change fee when coronavirus hit.
They were the first ones. I'm sure everyone else will follow suit.
I don't know. It's been a whole day.
But they were the first ones, and we have no choice but to respect.
And really appreciate. Like,
yeah,
I'm a
now
customer.
I don't have so much anxiety. Like, we do have
a trip to Vegas
planned, and I have another trip to Vegas planned, but that's the one I got trip insurance for. Remember? Because I said I just didn't see myself, like, because sometimes when I book things so far in advance, I'm like, I don't
Who
see
knows
myself.
where you're going to be?
Like, yeah. So I was just going to be morbid, but I won't go there.
Yeah.
So I really, really appreciate it. Now I don't have to make a decision right now on what's going to happen. We'll see, you know, will the Invincible tour in Las Vegas be happening?
Like, I'm just you know, at my core, I'm just a customer, and I just want to be appreciated for my loyalty. And I feel like, you know, Delta is great, you know, I'm a great rewards, and all their benefits are really great. But now I feel like I'm finally being rewarded for being such a loyal Delta customer, and I really, really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you to, I want to say his name is Bob?
The CEO of Delta. You know what? I think I could find it in this article.
You know, he's a handsome man, and he's always on that little video they play before the things take off.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe Darren?
Here, I'll get you
Olivia would know. That's why we need the maternity.
Ed Bastian.
That's him.
That sounds really familiar.
Because he's always on the TV before the flight takes off.
Love it.
They have over 90,000 employees. I'm telling you, CEOs, like, that's where it's at. Bob Iger, hot.
No longer a CEO.
Once a CEO, Jackie, always a CEO.
For sure.
But you know what's hotter than a CEO? A she-EO. I hate shit like that. Like, of course, a female CEO is amazing, but they don't need their own names.
They're also just a CEO.
Right, no, and to give them their own special name makes it seem like they're different, when it's not. We're all equal.
We are. Okay.
That's my thing with, you know, International Women's Day. I understand, but I look forward to the day where we don't need International Women's Day.
For sure. Like,
but I understand that in order for the pendulum to swing back to equal, like, it has to be, I get it.
For me, every day truly is International Women's Day. Like, that's how I live my life. I only consort with women.
Yeah, for sure. I think also, for me, honestly, actually these days, I think in recent weeks, it's just National Women's Day because we can't fly internationally because of the coronavirus.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Look, coronavirus just impacting everything.
Totally.
We really got screwed with International Women's Day this year. Like, not only was it consumed by coronavirus, it also landed on the same day as Daylight Savings, so we got 23 hours of celebrating ourselves.
We spoke about Daylight Savings at length yesterday, and then the more I thought about it when I got home, like, the more I thought about how fucked up it is in general, but it's also so fucked up that it happens, like, on a Saturday night, like the best fucking time of the week. How come it can't happen on Monday between 12 and 1 p.m.? All of a sudden, oh no, I'm sorry, that's lunchtime. 3 and 4 p.m. It's 3 o'clock, and then it's 5 o'clock.
You know, like, why can't it be, like, out of something productive? Or why not, can it happen on Monday between 8 and 10, so it's one less hour of The Bachelor?
Because it's, oh, totally. I thought you meant AM. I'm like, that's one less hour of sleep.
No, I agree. Like, why can't it just be like a shorter work day? Why does it be, like, why am I at a bar at 1 o'clock and then all of a sudden it's 3?
Yeah, I just feel like that should be the next frontier. I know everyone's working towards a 4-day work week, and, like, that's great, but let's work towards, like, a 1 less hour work week.
I totally agree, Jackie.
Of the year.
And I did hear from a lot of people after our show yesterday that the whole point of daylight saving is for the farmers.
Yes, that I did know.
I didn't know that.
Justice for the farmers, always.
They need an extra hour so I can get, you know, an apple on a cool Tuesday morning. I respect that.
And I want to give them that hour. I don't want to take that hour away from them. But,
by
like,
no
to
means.
take away from a Saturday night, everybody's working for the weekend. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so
fucked
up.
Take it on Monday at 3 o'clock. I'll see you there.
We had a 47-hour weekend this weekend, and I think that's not fair.
No. Like, the one bit of joy we have.
Yeah.
I can't, and I shan't. And I went.
And I heard that Andrew Yang, who ran for president but didn't even come close to winning, and I don't know much about his politics, but his platform included the 4-day work week. I heard he's thinking about running for New York mayor. And if that's the case, 100% has my vote.
Yeah, you heard that from me, and I can't remember where I heard it. So it's either totally true or totally false. Much like everything on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Fifth and final story. a little
business
and a little fitness news, because SoulCycle's at-home streaming bike is finally here.
Oh, too little, too late,
I didn't know we were waiting for it. But
too little, too late.
SoulCycle is finally bringing the unforgettable in-studio experience into the comfort of your own home. In a partnership with Equinox Media, the two brands are announcing the official rollout of Varys, like from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
A streaming platform that provides an immense amount of on-demand fitness content, from cycling to HIIT. I believe that's high intensity interval training, right at your fingertips. And yes, this includes a long-awaited at-home version of their famous bikes. Okay, this is interesting. I'm trying to think, aside from coronavirus, I don't know when. Yesterday was the first day I did not do Musical Monday because of coronavirus. And I think this is the time where I need a bike in my house.
Yeah, I mean, also people have bikes in their house, like with Peloton. They love it. I don't understand it. Like you would think that it's just too late, but this will be successful because people are obsessed with SoulCycle. They have a really cult following. A lot of those instructors, like throughout the country, have such big fan bases that like you want to do their class, or like you want to take the same class as Gwyneth Paltrow in New York, and that's cool. So it'll be popular. I obviously don't need it, and I also would never buy a SoulCycle bike because everyone knows that the SoulCycle seat that goes up your ass is literally like a steel rod up your ass. So I would be more likely probably to buy the Peloton one. I don't know what their seats are like, but I just would never support a SoulCycle seat.
I would definitely support this. This is the first time I've actually thought to myself, wait, should I get this? I never thought that about Peloton, but I do like. I guess I'm part of like the SoulCycle cult. You know that episode of Kimmy Schmidt where she joins the cycling class and realizes she's in another cult?
Yeah.
Like it truly is that.
I just can't really imagine like being so sweaty in my own house. Like my house is supposed to be like my safe.
I would agree with that.
Haven, and I could sweat elsewhere, but like when I'm home, I'm chilling with the air on.
Yeah, I don't know where I would put this bike in my house where I would feel comfortable having sweat droplets just flying off the shelves.
You know, this is like a rich person thing where you have like extra room, like just the sweat room.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
I have my eating room, my sleeping room, and my sitting room.
I don't think I would get one. I don't know. Maybe like I feel like it's more for people with children. Like it's easier
like
to
if
work
you're
out
so
at home.
busy.
Yeah.
Of course. No, I totally get the need for it. But living in a small apartment in New York and also being fat, I don't really need it. Thanks though.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about it. Anyways, I think that's a great move for SoulCycle. I think that's the next frontier, and I'm glad that they're staying ahead of it. And you wouldn't want to end up like Playboy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't progress.
And you definitely don't want to end up like Victoria's Secret.
That's a cautionary tale for brands everywhere.
100%.
Just don't end up like Victoria's Secret. Like you can do everything right business-wise, like the real estate, the marketing. But if you're not keeping up with the times, what is you doing?
Yeah, it's a sign of the times. Don't stop your crying.
It's a sign of the times.
That was good.
Was that our final story?
That was our fifth and final. Yes, it was.
So we're going to recap The Bachelor, which I'm very excited about because it was actually lots of conversations being had about last night's episode, which is the one thing that The Bachelor usually lacks is thought-provoking content.
Yes. I have so many thoughts about like the episode itself. Why was it live?
You have so many thoughts about the episode yourself. So do I. And I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, just okay. So do I. And I'm so glad that Vistaprint is here to help. As a podcast host, we're always handing out our business cards to people we want to work with, and having a totally customized, professional-looking card is an easy way to make a great first impression. When we hand out our business cards from Vistaprint, we know we're doing more than passing along our contact info. We're making a connection. We're impressing potential guests or business partners. With the right business card, you make a statement about yourself that gives you your connections a reason to choose you and your business over the competition. If you're ready to get started on your business card, it's super easy. Plug your information and logo into hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own original layout. Pick the paper stock, style, and quantity that's right for you. You can even upgrade to a unique touch like rounded corners. Order and receive your cards with free economy shipping, and as if you needed any more reason to choose Vistaprint, you can feel good knowing that Vistaprint uses only carefully selected inks and responsibly sourced paper stocks. Your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed, or your money back, they'll make it right. They want you to be able to own the now in any situation, which is why our listeners will get free shipping from Vistaprint on all business cards, any style, any quantity. Just go to Vistaprint.com and enter the promo code TOAST for free shipping on all business cards, any style, any quantity. But it's a limited time offer, y'all. All now at Vistaprint.com, promo code TOAST.
Sign on, own the now. Vistaprint is everything of the sort if you're getting your stuff together.
And if you have ever been in a situation where someone's like, you have a card and you don't have a card, head over to Vistaprint.com/toast.
Yeah.
No, sorry, code TOAST.
Okay, let's get into The Bachelor.
I agree with you. The live element made no sense.
Because they didn't have any interviews, so we were just going in and out of these scenes of just people cheering and clapping and smiling and frowning.
How boring to have been in the audience.
It was so boring. I'm sure they filmed it all at once, but like that is just a complete waste of time.
No, it was live.
Also, something happened. Oh, true. Something happened on YouTube TV last night, and I saw I wasn't the only one where it just didn't record The Bachelor, and I happened to tune in at 8:15, and the first 15 minutes were gone. But other people who tuned in like an hour later, it just didn't record. So
the drama.
I wonder why that happened.
I don't know.
So I asked the snitch what I missed, and she said pretty much nothing except that Peter told his parents what Madison had said.
Yeah, he gave everyone the down low. To be honest, like the whole episode was really filler because Madison leaves, but then we find out that she comes back. But to me, like the most important and the most cringeworthy part was Madison. Actually, also Hannah's. Both of the meeting of the families were really awkward because the way Peter was acting around Hannah Ann like was making me want to vomit. Like you're in front of your parents, like sit up straight and like stop touching her vagina. Like stop. I didn't like that. And then the Maddie interaction was so horrible because I mean, were you there? Like it was horrible.
It was horrible. And the fact that they like had a fight right before, I thought for sure they weren't going to meet his parents.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't going to go in.
Yeah, like we just got to this good place. That's the date. Goodbye.
Agreed. But
to have to like go and charm someone's parents after that, and I actually thought she did a really good job of standing up for herself when Peter's mom was just like
not letting her talk.
Not being like a woman who supports other women.
Not at all. Okay, that conversation between, I thought the way that Maddie spoke to the dad was so lovely and so respectful, and I think he was kind of impressed.
I agree.
With, like, you go on The Bachelor, there's like token words. You're like, I love him, he has my heart. But she was just saying different things, like more mature, more self-aware.
Yeah, she was aware of the fact that like it might not be her in the end because they are so different, and if that is the case, she would be okay with that because she wants what's best for Peter. No one has ever said that before.
Right, and I really respect Maddie for totally like being self-aware enough to understand that her and Peter are so not compatible. Like they're so different. They live different lives, but the one thing they have in common is that they love each other. Like, is that enough? That's an interesting conversation. And she was conveying that to the dad. And I thought it was going really well with the dad. And I think he was kind of impressed with her. But then the conversation with the mom just like threw me through a loop.
Yeah, threw me through a loop. Also, I want to say it's good to have conversations about what your life is like outside of the show and are we compatible? But at a certain point with this show, when you get off of the show and you're a couple, like your life becomes the same inevitably because you have the same level of fame, you're invited to the same events. Like maybe the amount that they drink is different, but they would also see that on the dates with one another on this show. So even though, yes, we should be having conversations about like, what do you do in your spare time? How different are we? When it comes to this show, you're thrown into the exact same waters.
Lifestyle.
And it's just a little different. But I do think the conversations about faith are more important.
Yeah, and so when it got to that point in the conversation with his mom, I thought his mom was uber disrespectful. Like, I think that, first of all, of course, every mom like thinks she knows what's best for her son, and I understand where she's coming from, like wanting to protect her son and knowing what type of relationships he's been in before. Like, I don't know if he can not drink, and I don't know if he can not have sex. But just to make someone feel so uncomfortable, like about something that's really important to her, and say what you want about Maddie, I think at this point she really could have wavered in her faith, but she's so many. Like her principles are so like important to her and she really stands by them. Whether or not you agree with that, you have to respect someone. Like I'm so free-nilly. Like I believe one thing one day and then the next thing the other day. Like she really has such core values that she lets guide her and she doesn't waver in them. And that is honorable.
And at the end of the day, she did not give him an ultimatum.
Nope.
Because she said, this is how I will feel. And she didn't leave when she found out. Even though I do think her leaving on that night date and then coming back was like kind of fucked up. Like she left the show and then she came back and now she's doing that again. And I can't. Like,
yeah, no, to me, I don't even.
That's the only thing she's done wrong in my eyes is leave and come back, and now we're going to see she's leaving and coming back again, and that's really like throwing Peter. Like, was he about to propose to Hannah Ann?
I don't know, and you know what? Like the episode was frustrating for me because as much as I'm like on Team Maddie, I still don't think she's right for Peter, and I still have reservations about her. She gives me really, really thirsty vibes. I've just been like seeing her all over TikTok. I heard she got like an agent. Like she's just freaking me out. So I can't stress enough that I think what she did is totally justified. Like people being like, don't go on this show. People forget this is also real life. Like you do end up with this person. You do end up hopefully getting married. And it's like, this is still an important part of relationship sex. So I don't feel like she's being unreasonable. I don't think she gave him an ultimatum. I thought the mom was being so disrespectful, not even letting her talk, really like shaming her for having values. And then I just loved Maddie talking over her. Like as a queen who talks over other queens, I was living for it happening for Maddie.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I can't believe that Hannah Ann was really so able to pull the wool over
the parents,
Peter's parents' eyes. And I understand what they're saying. When something's like so good and right in front of you, like you don't need to go chasing down the thing that you can't have. I understand that message, but like there's something about Hannah Ann, like when she's saying all the right things and everything's so perfect, they've never had even like a quarrel. It's called too good to be true.
You know, it could be as good as anyone wants it to be. He doesn't like her as much as she likes him.
At a certain point, when he keeps liking girls that don't like him back, that's on him. And then you do need to choose the girl that loves you and wants a life with you. But I don't know that that's necessarily Hannah Ann. I think she just did a better job at hiding what's bothering her.
I mean, to be honest, Peter's mom was giving some of the worst advice, like how she could just start bawling like it was her daughter when she's known Hannah Ann for 15 minutes. I got the feeling that this isn't the type of conversation. This isn't a new conversation in their house because Peter was like, Mom, stop with the crying. Like if your mom's crying, what do? You console her. But if she's always fucking crying, you tell her to stop.
Yeah.
So she was the mom was being so unreasonable, so out of control, like literally the dramatics with the sobbing, like she was trying to win an Emmy, like chill. She was really bothering me and she was giving Peter such poor advice. Like, to be honest, like if I had a son and there were two girls and one of the girls said, Peter, you know, have sex with whoever you want. I'll be here for you. And another one said, you know, my feelings will be really hurt if you have sex with someone else. Who the fuck do you want your son to end up with? The second girl.
Yeah.
It was just like the worst advice ever.
And I think America is in agreement.
Yeah, and the dramatics were bothering me so much. Like, don't let her go.
I can't believe
her home to
I can't
us.
believe after all of that speculation that that's what it was about.
Towards the end of the episode, I started to feel bad for Hannah Ann, though.
Oh, me too, because she's done absolutely nothing wrong.
She's not a bad person.
She's not a bad person. She's actually seems like a very good person, aside from some of the style choices that she's making, which is just like, I don't understand.
Me neither. But like,
you know
she knows that it's not going to be her.
I do understand.
She's run out of clothes?
No, no, she won the Revolve Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I think that when you are so like great looking and you have just like a great body and you never have to like, you can buy anything on any website and it's going to look good on you. You never have to make decisions like about how things are going to look. You know, I can only buy maybe 20% of clothes on a website because everything else is a V-neck or it's not my cut or like I understand that about myself. But when you can just wear anything and everything, how are you supposed to know?
Maybe that's true. She was just making me sad.
That last outfit was just
awful. I mean, both of those dates in the desert with the flies in the sand, like, oh my God. Australia is a beautiful country. Go to the beach. Like, what is with these desert trips?
I have no idea.
And also, like, Madison took a helicopter to the date and then went home in a car. How long should she be in the car for? 17 hours?
Oh, totally.
I was thinking, I'm like, is he going to put her back in the helicopter?
How slow the car had to drive?
Yes. Oh, my God.
No, I do think Hannah Ann is really sweet. I do not think that her and Peter are a match. I don't think she's in love with Peter whatsoever.
I think there were a lot of girls in the house who would have been a good match for Peter. And when it got down to like the final three, none of them were the girl for him.
No.
Kelsey, I think, really could have been the girl for him. I think Kelly could have been the girl for him. He just went with like the youngest, like snatchiest. And that's just not a good method when you're looking for like true love.
Yeah. I wish Peter's mom had gotten a chance to meet Victoria F.
She would have liked her.
I think they would have seen each other.
The mom was bothering me so much, and the brother was like totally roasting Peter, just being. And I
it's always
appreciate
weird to see someone's younger sibling on the show, and they look just like them, but like not
a
matured
little different.
Yet. It's always weird.
I appreciated everyone like pointing out the obvious, which is that Madison and Peter are probably not the most compatible, and they would have trouble navigating faith and all that stuff. But to be so rude about it, I just thought was really uncalled for. And then how can Maddie win now? She hates the mom, and the mom hates her.
Yeah.
The mom was sobbing over a girl she met 10 minutes ago.
And obviously now the thing that Chris Harrison tells Peter that we just found out is that Maddie's back.
Of course.
So he's really conflicted. But I do think Maddie leaving and coming back again is unacceptable.
And you know what? She never looks up. She's always looking down at her fingers.
And they're always have their foreheads touching.
And it's like, you love this man. Look him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Have respect. Like, look, hi.
Maybe she can't see past her eyelashes.
Which are so out of control.
They're so out of
Someone
control.
needs to take her mascara away.
Yeah, because I feel like she has naturally great eyelashes.
Don't put it on the bottom, just the top, and chill out.
No, the top are just too long and spidery.
The bottoms are spidery too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're out of control. Maybe after seeing herself on TV, she like got eyelash extensions or something.
Maybe. No, but they all do that for Paradise. They get eyelash extensions, and I don't think that's the move either.
Because after one day you sleep on your eyelashes the wrong way, you're like a wonky-eyed, cockeyed pirate.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is Peter, and because we don't know what happened because I don't think he proposes to either of them. Mm-hmm. I think he's been dating Maddie, and we'll see what happens after the final rose tonight. Yeah,
I mean, whatever. I'm not on anyone's team. Like, I don't think either of them should win. I don't think either of them will have a long happy life with Peter.
No.
But I just feel bad, like Madison, like getting made fun of. Like, I just think. And I'm so annoyed by people like, you know what the show's about, like don't go on it. For the last 5 seasons, I think you can pretty much have it confirmed that the one person, the lead only had sex with one person. Like, you don't normally have sex with all 3 people, so he could have just, like, not done it and not said anything, you know?
I will say, though, for a lot of the last few episodes, Maddie has really been putting Peter, like, in the hot seat and asking him, like, difficult questions or making him, like, just really putting the pressure on him to, like, say the right things. And I was glad to see Madison, everything that she's been saying and doing, just not question, but, like, she needed to really defend herself and explain. And it was nice for a second that the tables were turned. And also the fact that she was so, like, grounded in what she believed and did not waver, like, made me respect her so much. But, like, she had really been putting it on Peter, like, making him, you know, explain himself over and over again. And I was glad to see her explain herself.
Let's take a pause for the siren. Tonight's episode will be live again, so hopefully there'll be more interesting things happening in the live segment. It was so silly to, like, cut back and forth, like, to Chris Harrison. But Chris Harrison kept saying, he was, like, giving it away. Even Peter doesn't know what's going to happen. So obviously no one gets engaged tonight, and tonight's just going to be another boring episode. But at the end, hopefully we'll see some resolution. Like, has he been with Maddie this whole time?
I just thought the end of this season was going to, like, blow some shit out of the water like we've never seen before. Maybe Hannah B comes back.
Someone's pregnant.
But it's Cassie Randolph part 2.
Yeah.
You, like, checking out.
Yeah.
And then she comes back.
With the longest conversations about nothing. Like, that conversation outside of Peter's family's house with just Maddie and Peter was so long and quiet. No one said anything.
Yeah.
Is love enough? So boring. So boring.
So boring. We'll be watching live tonight, and the Snatcher's recording tonight, so her episode will be up tomorrow. I'm excited to hear the Snatcher's thoughts because she loves Maddie.
Yeah, no, I haven't been agreeing with anything with Margaret this season, so I'll listen, but just, you know, I don't think I'll agree with it.
Yeah. What would you like to see happen?
To be honest, like, I think I'm very... Like, Peter's just been making bad decisions, and he should end up with no one so he understands that he made bad decisions.
You know what I would like to see happen, actually? Like, this would just close a lot of books for me. Peter ends up with no one. Like, he doesn't propose because now he's too conflicted. He has spent the last few months getting reacquainted with Hannah B, and now him and Hannah B, like, are in love because, like, she turned him down, and then he turned her down, so now they're on equal footing. They can be together. And then I don't have to worry about Hannah B anymore either, you know, because I'm worried about her.
That would be an interesting ending.
They did offer her the Bachelorette, but it just wasn't enough money, which means that she is single. Do you know that they offered her the Bachelorette?
Yeah, but it also could mean that she's not single.
No, but the reason was because she was getting, the paycheck wasn't big enough.
Maybe that's what they said.
Perhaps.
Because she's with Peter.
Perhaps. That's what I would like to see. That way, like, it's full circle. Let's move on fresh to Claire Crawley, who apparently her season is affected by coronavirus.
Only
now they won't be leaving the U.S.
Interesting. So yeah, we'll recap tonight's episode tomorrow. If you're looking for more content, tomorrow there'll be new episodes of Mood with Lauren Elizabeth, and Margaret Joseph sat down with Brian Kelly, the Points Guys. So that'll be available on Spotify and iTunes. Thursday, we've got Olivia's new podcast, Maternity Live, launching. Make sure you're following Olivia on Instagram at Olivia Oshry.
Make sure you're subscribed to all of these podcasts so that you never miss when an episode goes live.
Yeah, we love you guys.
So much content, so little time.
So much content. That should be our slogan. Toast News Network. So much content, so little time.
So little time, so much to do. I'd rather spend my days with you. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, of course. That's
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Oh, I thought it was S Club 7. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So wherever you listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast. Hi. Maybe subscribe, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. I don't know. We'll take whatever. Thanks so much. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.